Running a Fever, episode number 50? Yes! I hit the road and find out what I can do to keep my health intact while I'm away from home, on the road, in a hotel.
All right. Welcome to Running a Fever. I am in the gym at the Aloft East, Louisville. I'm on a treadmill. This is our first podcast from a treadmill, and the gym is pretty nice here. It's I guess I should explain. I'm in a hotel because I have traveled cross country. I've been on the road for 12 hours today. Hours. Yeah, so I just got here, checked in, asked them if they had a gym. Now I could just walk around outside. Thought about it. There's nothing really but a parking lot. I mean, there seems to be some area in the back that may be part of the hotel property. I don't know. It's kind of grass and stuff. But anyway, I thought it'd be interesting to go to the gym. Nobody's in here. So this is a pretty cool little treadmill here. Has the grips so I can get I think I can get my heart rate. Just checking my heart rate. 96. Right now it's taking me through a beautiful mountain trail. See, even on the treadmill I can describe beautiful outdoor surroundings. Not quite the same, but that's what it looks like. I've got this video picture of, going through a really picturesque valley with evergreens and the sun reflecting off mountains and stuff. I don't even know if this is a real place. Interesting thing here is you can adjust incline and speed. And I could listen to a podcast. I've even got a USB interface and headphones and Netflix, YouTube. Wow, YouTube. I'm going to see if I can get Running a Fever. Internet currently unavailable. That's too bad. And on the trails they even have people. There are pictures of people walking by. 1/10 of a mile. So yeah, it's a pretty nice machine. It's by Life Fitness. They've been doing this a long time. I remember the Life Cycle. Might have been their first product. Used to ride the Life Cycles in gyms a long time ago. This is, I guess, far more advanced. I don't know. It's got a computer. It's basically the same machine. They all have to pretty much have this incline and speed, and that's basically all it is. But on the screen, of course, you can put your hands on here and get my heart rate, and it's got an estimated calories and tells you your time, your miles per hour, your incline. Nothing really that the old ones didn't have except for this video picture, and supposedly if they did have internet, then we could probably look at the picture from the current Running a Fever episode on YouTube, but we can't. That would be interesting if I actually played a previous episode in an episode. It just boggles my mind right there. So I guess a good thing to talk about today would be, situations. We've talked about how you get in situations where it's not convenient to exercise. And this is one of them. And I came up on one of them early in the life of this podcast when I had Thanksgiving. I had to go on a trip. There was lots of food and there was not that much opportunity to exercise. So this is another one. I'm traveling and I'm staying in a hotel, but it's a little easier because I don't have family around and my time is my own. And I got here in enough time. First I was thinking of leaving after work or maybe taking half a day off, but I wound up having some hours built up and decided to take the whole day off from work. So I left at 7 a.m. and I got here about 7 p.m. Plenty of time to get the workout in. Surprisingly, I'm feeling it in my legs for some reason. It's I assume that's 1% incline. And I'm going 1.8 miles per hour. Let's ramp that up a little bit. Kind of forces you to have a good pace, which is good. I've got a nice view out the window, but it's just not really changing. Yeah, it's kind of a swanky place here. They've got water, they've got towels, they've got things to wipe off things. It's all fairly new Life Fitness stuff. There's a Life Cycle over there. And they've got a couple of what they call ellipticals and some dumbbells, and that's about it. Pretty small. I mean, it's a hotel gym, right? And there's nobody in there. Probably rarely is. But I'm happy to have it. So the good thing about being in a habit of exercise is that you sort of get used to it and you look for it. And if it's missing from your appointed time, then you miss it. And that's what happened right after my knee got injured. I really missed the exercise. But the longer I went without it, the easier it was to go without it. So it's important to keep that up. When you're in a place that has a normal routine, work, sleep, eating, whatever your normal activities are, and you fit your workout in between there somewhere. And so that when you get somewhere and it's Friday and it's time for me to walk, so I haven't walked all day. It's time for me to walk. I've missed it. I don't want to miss it. So I get here and the first thing I do is come down and work out. All right, so I know that at work, one of the sessions that I had, my watch told me that I was 2.3 miles per hour. That was inside a building. So I should be able to at least do that here, and I'm putting a 1.0 incline on it, which makes it a little more difficult. And if I can get to that 2.3, I'm at 2.2 now. So the video looks kind of dangerous. They've got chains blocking the sheer cliff to the right, and evergreens and some steps. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a hike that I took in Devil's Den Park last year with my friends William and Robert. And maybe we can do that again, and I will podcast on the hike. That would be fun. That would be an interesting episode, I think. I learned from when Tom went walking with me that if you talk loud enough, the microphone will actually pick up someone who's not wearing it. So that's, I could have the guys talk louder. Tom was really talking loud, but I think he came through pretty clearly. 0.3 of a mile. All right, kicking it up to 2.3. I'm guessing you can probably hear the sound of my feet on the belt and maybe the sound of the motor running. So this is what it's like. This is what a podcast from a treadmill sounds like. I don't anticipate it being a regular feature. I think only in the worst weather would I actually use the treadmill that I have. Take some pictures of the hotel. The hotel room is, this is an A-loft. I don't know if you've ever been in an A-loft before. It's a Sheraton brand. Of course, if you stay at the Sheraton, there's all kinds of, brands they have, and some of them are kind of upscale, and this one's the hip and slick one. It's the kind that looks really cool now, but 15 years, it's just gonna look ridiculous. But it's nice. It's a nice room. And I will probably post one of those pictures today, and I'll get a picture of the treadmill. Feeling pretty good, considering that I've been sitting in my truck all day. But I do, like I said, I'm feeling it in my legs because they've been motionless for 12 hours almost. I did get out. I tried to get out every now and then. I actually got out pretty often this time. I'd say probably at least an average of once an hour. Now, another thing to consider, diet department, another thing to consider on your travels and trips is diet. I was very concerned about this, and I actually bought a cooler. I was gonna get a fridge because I've got an AC outlet in my truck, but a refrigerator with a compressor is one of the things you can't use it for. So I actually did buy a fridge because it was the same, it was actually less than the cooler I wound up buying, one of those tiny fridges. And I figured, you know, if it's the same price, get a refrigerator and I'll get more use out of that probably, but it didn't work, so I took it back and it was dented too, so no problem there, returning it. So I got one of those really nice coolers. It looks like it's made for the military or something. And it's, you know, it stayed cold all day. You know, I put my Frescas in there and some yogurts and some shakes. So now for lunch, the day was pretty normal. I mean, I had a pretty hearty breakfast. Oatmeal, whites of 2 eggs, and 1 sausage patty. So it's like a 360 calorie breakfast or something. And so I know in a previous episode I was talking about fast food, and I looked up some of the fast foods and found out, you know, you can actually eat, you know, if you don't just get the super baconator extra large meal, super size or whatever. I'm kind of mixing my fast food restaurants there, but so I found out that Wendy's chili, I got a large chili. I think that's what was on that thing. Might have been a small, but I think it was a large. And another thing is, a large chili is it's like less than $3. So it's inexpensive as well, but also inexpensive in terms of calories. So yeah, I had a chili, sour cream, 6 crackers. It's delicious, filled me up. Of course, when you've already eaten 2 hours earlier, it's not a problem. And that's the great thing about the 6 meal a day plan, is you just never get hungry. So that was my lunch, and I'm just gonna have that and, you know, go out and have a Fresca in the truck or whatever, but the guy said, "You want a cup of water? It's free." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Drank about half of that and I was done. I think you really need to sort of stop driving every now and then and just get out and make sure your legs are working and breathe a little outside air. So I like to do a sit-down lunch. I've done the eating on the run or eating in the car. That's just, I mean, I guess you got to do it if you're really in a hurry, but it's not good for a number of reasons. So yogurt for the snack, and then shake for supper. And counted up a little over 1,000 calories. I think it's probably about 1050. I'm counting 350 for the lunch. It might be less than that, but I'm just estimating. I don't have my usual notepad and everything, so I'm not keeping that close a track of calories. And tomorrow, of course, they have free breakfast here, so I'll be able to get some oatmeal and maybe something else. I don't know. I'm thinking just oatmeal. Still gotta watch my calories. So after the weigh-in, I wound up 4 pounds heavier because after the weigh-in I ate, I didn't overeat. It's just that I was dehydrated and empty from 2 days. 36 hours of basically starving and dying of thirst. So when all that comes back into your body, you naturally weigh more. It's not that I just really pigged out and ate, So all the water I drank was being absorbed into the cells that were starving of water and all those things. This is just what I think, a lot of podcasts about a lot of things. I'll start out by saying, I've been this for 20 years and I know exactly what I'm talking about and I've got a PhD in this. Not this podcast. This is just me. I'm telling you what I think. I'm talking from experience. And that's it. That's all you get. But hopefully you can relate more to me than you can, someone who had a PhD in biology or something. 0.6 of a mile in 20 minutes. Sticking with the 2.3. I'm going to just ramp it up a little bit. I'm at 2.0 incline. I'm going to try to keep that up for till we're at the 3/4 mile point. So I'm trying to get to bed early tonight. I don't know if I'm going to come down here tomorrow. There's not much I can do here except what I'm doing now. So I think I'll probably get up and maybe do my ab exercises in the morning. And I'll be done for Saturday because I'm driving another 12 hours tomorrow. Oh, actually, you know what? It was 11 hours. I forgot about the time change. Look at my phone. Well, my watch should be able to tell me. Yeah, my watch says it's 8 o'clock. So, yeah, it was an hour. I'm in the Eastern time zone. So it's an hour later. See what my heart rate is. 109, that's pretty high. I never look at my watch to get this. I could get it from my watch, which is probably more accurate. I don't know how accurate it is. It says 80. So, not quite as accurate. All right, going down to 1. Going down to 2 miles an hour. Cool down, very important. Of course, I didn't do my dynamic stretches. I need to expand my repertoire of dynamic stretches as well. Right now I only have 2. So I think that's a good plan. I didn't really plan it that well. I just kind of thought, well, I need to get exercise in Friday and Saturday. Which one I do which day is not that important. I did abs yesterday. I did both exercises, both the leg lift and the twisty reverse crunches. I've been feeling that a little bit. So I think it's working. I think I'm going to keep doing it. 0.5 incline, 1.5 miles per hour. That's way too slow. 1.7. 0.8 of a mile. So, yeah, I kind of like the way I look now, a little better. I keep saying it's not about looks, but it doesn't hurt. I look older because my skin isn't as tight, and I look healthier because I'm not as fat. So I think that's most noticeable in my face, actually. But I can tell the difference, even though I've been looking at myself every day. zero incline. 1.6 miles per hour. I don't know, this looks like the Grand Canyon or something. Still watching the video. There's actually snow here, believe it or not. It's March 23rd, and there's snow in Louisville on the ground. And it's not freezing, it's like 50s here. So, I don't know why there's snow, but it's supposed to be 40s and raining tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this isn't really bad. It's not that much of an inconvenience, even though I'm traveling. Like I said, I don't really have anyone else to worry about, not a busy schedule except for the driving part. I've got an event tomorrow morning and that's it, but it's not really that bad. I certainly do feel better. I think, I was thinking today about how our bodies adjust to what we need to do. So if we work construction, we get bigger muscles. You're not going to be a big muscular guy unless you're either lifting weights or doing something strenuous all the time. And if you get into a routine of running, if what you want to do is run 5 miles a day, then you keep doing it, you're going to get up to 5 miles a day, and eventually it's not going to bother you at all. And in order to keep improving, you have to go farther. Both further and farther. All right, now I'm not walking at all. I've got this panoramic view. I guess it thinks I'm looking around. I'm not moving forward at all in the video. And now we're moving again. But, there's no need to, what is your goal? Once you achieve your goal, and nobody's going to be perfect ever, but if you're already running that much, isn't that what you want to do? If you're already there, there's nowhere to go in terms of running. You can look at other areas of your health and fitness, but at that point, maybe you ought to spend more time on other things. If your diet is good, if your fitness is good, if you've got your medical problems taken care of, the ones that can be taken care of, being treated properly, and doing everything you need to do there, then you need to turn to other things. There are other aspects of my life that I came about, when I was doing the life plan. There's a social aspect, a family aspect, there's creative, professional, spiritual, there's all these aspects of my life. And, I'm constantly working on all of them, but I only have a limited amount of time. Fitness is number one, and I've got a lot of work to do there. So I'm spending more time on that now. But I can imagine getting to a point where I feel like I'm physically fit and my diet is good and I'm in good health mentally and physically, psychologically. And it's time to focus more on other things that I have been doing, but maybe haven't been putting as much time into it as fitness. Long way to go. I'm not there yet, and if you are, then congratulations. If you're not, then keep traveling with me. Love your life enough to make it last as long as possible. 0.99 miles, 1.5 miles per hour. 1.2, 107 calories it says. And there we go. Keep the fever. See you next time.
This is the Padua Podcast Network. PaduaMedia.com.